Good morning, Warren County Fiscal Court, Tuesday, November 25th. It's now called to order. I want to welcome everyone today to court. We're going to start off as we usually do with our invocation. It's going to be by Esquire Ron Cummings, and that's going to be followed by a pledge to the flag by Master Rick Williams.
Hey, will y'all join me in prayer, please? Dear Heavenly Father Jesus, we come to you this morning, Lord, with a grateful heart. We're in a season of our life and time that Thanksgiving is 2 days away, Lord, and we always be just cognizant of all the good things you do for us. Lord, as we come before this meeting today, we make decisions that are good in your sight. Lord, we use the wisdom that you've given all of us to do what's the right thing to do for Warren County. Lord, again, let's pray protection over all our families. Special prayer this morning for Scott Lashley and his family. Lord, as he lay his brother to rest, Lord, just be with them and comfort them in the only way you can. Lord, I ask all these things in your heavenly precious name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. If you would please stand and join me in pledging allegiance to our country's flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, clerk, please call the roll.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Here.
Esquire Aldridge.
Present.
Esquire Lasley. Esquire Cummings.
Here.
Esquire Williams.
Here.
All right, first item is approved minutes of the fiscal court meeting on November 10th, 2025.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Williams. Any corrections? If not, please call the roll.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Here. Yes,
Esquire
ma'am.
Williams.
Yes.
Item 5 is approve the personnel changes for Warren County.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Aldridge, second by Squire McWhorter. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Item 6, approve the work schedule for the Warren County Road Department. Motion by Squire Aldridge, second by Squire McWhorter. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Item 7 is approve the second and final reading of ordinance 2514, authorizing a lighting agreement between Warren Rural Electric Cooperative Corporation and Creekside Bend Phase 1. Motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire Aldridge. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Item 8 is approve resolution 2521 consenting to Intermodal Transportation Authority, Inc.'s conveyance of 12.05 plus or minus acres of real property to LPA Properties LLC and a partial cancellation of the ground leases and contract, lease, and options related to real property. And Gaines Penn is with us today.
Good morning, Judge, members of the court. This is a routine thing that we've done many times in the past. The Intermodal Transportation Authority sells land. We come to you requesting your permission to sell it and release the underlying financial obligations only to this 12 acres. Happy to answer any questions.
All right. Any questions? If not, got a motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire McWhorter. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Gaines. Happy Thanksgiving, buddy. All right, we're going to take a break in our agenda. We've got a guest with us today. Amanda Havertz with us today, going to give us a little update on our Origin Story Health and our investment that the county's made in the opioid thing. Amanda, good to see you this morning.
Good to see you all. Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here today to tell you a little bit of the story of how my team at Origin Story Health spent the funds you allocated to us from the opioid abatement settlement. How we used them, what we achieved, what we weren't able to do, and where we as a community still have room for growth. When I came to you in the spring, I needed help. I told you my colleagues, including retired Lieutenant Colonel Dr. Christian Schrader, and I were trying to replicate a successful mental health practice model that we'd built in Texas. We were very undercapitalized, and by this time I stood in front of you, I was truly in trouble. Insurance companies have taken months to get us paneled. By months, it's about 18 months in some cases now. More on that in a different story. We won't go there. And even now, of the ones we are contracted with, we've been receiving piecemeal erroneous payments, $40 here, $50 here, for literally $2,000, $5,000 worth of claims we've sent in, even at the Medicaid rates, those numbers, right? Look, setting up a mental health practice is not particularly capital intensive, but it's also not capital effective. So I appreciate so much, and more than you know, the money that you gave us. I asked this court for $91,500 of support and told you I would use it over about 6 months. I shared that $65,000 of that would go to direct care costs, which is paying our providers, namely our psychiatrist, and then health records, e-prescribing systems, those things. I also told you I'd use another $21,000 for grant writing and support in trying to get other funds, and about $5,500 for credentialing and contracting support, dealing with those long delays in insurance and whatnot. And that is almost exactly how those funds were spent. That's the factual side. Here's the human side. Because of you, we treated 110 individuals with substance use disorder and opioid use disorder in this community. Who were they? Where were they? Well, 23 of them called us looking to get or stay on medication-assisted therapy, the medication they needed to stay sober, upon release from prison. We had no contracts in place. We knew we would likely never be paid for that work. And since you helped me, we were able to never turn those people away, and I was able to make sure my providers got paid. Those 23 individuals received care, they got on their feet. Most of them are now gainfully employed and still sober, I'm happy to tell you. 12 of the people we served have now reached 1 full year of sobriety, which is an enormous milestone. One of the things I told you I needed help with was making sure no one lost their care just because we were going to run out of money. And so to that end, that is why some of those folks who were already successfully sober, because you helped to fund us, we got to keep them stable. Only two of our 110 have relapsed. And what I am really proud to tell you is that those were isolated incidences, and they are both re-engaged in their recovery efforts right now. The national average for relapse is between 40 and 60%. We had just shy of 2%. So, and even that isn't the part that I love most. 8 of the people who we served were parents who had lost custody of their children and have since regained it. And 4 families, full families, multiple children, multiple parents, have been reunited now that they're sober. Dr. Schrader shared one particular story of a man whose addiction had cost him everything, like many, his wife and children, his home. And with Dr. Schrader, he was able to get stable, get sober. He got a job and was, in a recent visit, very proud to report that he had gotten a promotion to be an assistant manager. Never gotten a promotion of any kind before, was very pleased. His wife and children have moved back in with him, and Dr. Schrader described him as tremendously happy, which is not exactly something you hear of someone who's been struggling with addiction. This describes the epitome of what we need more of in this community, and certainly what I was very pleased that we were able to do. And just to demystify this, in a lot of cases, by treatment, I don't mean 28-day programs. I don't mean particularly intensive or invasive things. I mean weekly counseling with a trained provider with weekly injections for medication-assisted treatment that keep them successful. That's what we did, largely, just to demystify. Because here's the truth. The right mental health treatment is a license to live and to participate fully in life and in society. These are the things we did, and we did right. We fell short of some goals, which is not my favorite thing if you've met me. We applied for grants from both the Kentucky Opioid Abatement Commission and the National Institute for Health. I didn't get them. And I even had great grant writers that you helped me get. Those grants would have allowed us to measure our outcomes formally, which I care deeply about. But I also learned in that process that grants move at the speed of academia and government. No offense, y'all are special, you get things done quickly. But I did realize in that process that as far as federal funding, the business of mental health and addiction treatment has to move at the speed of business, or at least at the speed of need in the community. So even if we had gotten those funds, I don't actually know that that would have solved the problem in our community. Now, if we'd gotten some of the Kentucky Opioid Abatement Commission dollars, that would have mattered. That would have helped a lot. And since you've given me this momentary platform, I would like to bring to your attention that many, many organizations in Warren County have applied for that money through now 4 rounds of formal grant application process that KYOAAC set up. Nearly none have gotten it. That includes local recovery homes, faith-based counseling organizations, our dear friend Chad Spencer at the Goodwill Opportunity Center and all the good work they do, multiple attempts from my team and from the 15+ organizations that are represented on the BG 2050 Public Health Pillar. No one has gotten a grant from them successfully. In fact, of the 189 grants to 130 organizations in the Commonwealth, 1 has gone to Warren County for mental health prevention and treatment. It was for $27,000. So if I'm you, and I want to think about how we help this community, I might start to wonder why out of $85,361,361 in grants, that the other half of the opioid settlement, you as counties have half, they have half, why none of it has made its way here. And what maybe we do with that. So action step number 1 is perhaps to help us figure that out. So you can hear more stories like these. Ultimately, successful treatment doesn't just happen. Providers are not all created equally. They need training, specialty care, and it's something we need to invest in. I am grateful for every one of the $91,500 you gave us. But as I said from the beginning, it was enough to ensure that no one was turned away, and it was to keep us afloat long enough to learn whether I could make this business work here or not. I couldn't. So this is not a total failure from the community. Obviously, if I was just walking away, we would be back to the point of not have people losing their care and all of this. Obviously, we did not let that happen. I will say 2 things became very clear in this process. 1, that it wasn't going to work for us without a larger capital investment. And this did not seem like the right moment in time for a lot of reasons to pursue that. But 2, the demand for psychiatry in general is so huge here that we originally had a partnership with Graves Gilbert Clinic for 1 day a week of Dr. Schrader's time that quickly became 2 and quickly became them asking if he could come on full time. And now we have a 4 to 6 month wait list for his schedule. So on the one hand, success that we got him somewhere, he's in the community, he sees people all day. And on the other, how big is that need, right? So that brings me to today. What went well, what we were not able to do, and where we still have work to do. All of us, we. We do not have enough mental health clinicians in this town. Our clinical experience tells us that. Our lived experience tells us that. It's a constant discussion in the BG 2050 Public Health Pillar Group, which I lead, and not just because I lead it. And the people of Warren County resoundingly echoed this sentiment as demonstrated in the What Could Be GB data. We do have a university that trains psychiatric nurse practitioners, clinical social workers, and licensed professional counselors. We need to retain them, train them, create opportunities for them to work locally while they pursue their licensure. It takes about 2 to 3 years of time in a job where they don't have a license after they get their master's degree. And that is usually where we lose people. We can't simply hope this happens, we need to facilitate it. If you learn nothing from the work that we did and all of the human impact it had for a relatively small investment, know that it's that independent practices cannot shoulder the costs of the clinician's months-long credentialing process. We have a community church started a counseling center. They were able to absorb that cost through 6 figures of philanthropic funding. I was doing that until I got to you, and then you helped me do that. But there's a lot to consider here and things that we could do to help potentially bring more care to this community. So I'll leave you with a couple of thoughts here on what could we do in the spirit of what could we be. Could opioid abatement funds be used to hire mid-level prescribers, those would be those nurses and nurse practitioners we talked about, under Dr. Schrader's supervision to expand his reach? Could we create residency-style graduate training pathways here in the community? Could we leverage telehealth to connect community-based care to a broader network of specialized providers, not limiting our people's ability to get care to those who are physically here? providers physically here? Could this court fund a project that helps to get to the bottom of why the Opioid Abatement Commission money doesn't seem to find its way here? Or how could we work with them to figure out what they're looking for and what we need and how to match those up? Or even potentially fund a project that organizes statewide officials who could obtain some of the trillions of dollars of SAMHSA federal funding for substance abuse and mental health. SAMHSA federal funding that folks like me cannot apply for, but a state government can. And that Kentucky, in fact, mostly hasn't. You're not alone in that, by the way. It is a strange problem that many states have of not knowing how to go about getting that, but it's there, and we really should think about that. Could we build an intern to career track with WK's mental health programs? Could we create a trust fund for care so that private practice clinicians can treat residents at Medicare rates and bill that trust fund instead of turning away people since they don't take their insurance? Could we expand MAT, assisted treatment, given its safety, its simplicity, and our success? Perhaps explore new sites of care, like pharmacies, community clinics. Could we subsidize operational transformation our local health systems would need to build a telehealth-enabled provider network? Could we embed advanced practice nurses in pharmacies or community sites to support MAT? As in, see Dr. Schrader once a month, get your injection the other 3 weeks from someone else to free up his time, top of his license, that type of thing. Could we train early career clinicians in addiction-informed and trauma-informed care, especially maybe in that licensure track we just talked about? These ideas only scratch the surface. I'll be honest that I hate standing here telling you that we didn't really solve the larger problem. I know we did a tremendous amount of good, and it still just scratches the surface. On the one hand, we didn't solve it, and on the other, we did a tremendous amount with what you entrusted us to do, and so I appreciate each and every one of you for that. 110 residents served, 12 employed and 1 year sober, 10 pregnant women treated to sobriety during their pregnancies, 8 parents regained custody, 4 families reunited, people who were lost, now found. I want to thank the court, the judge executive, Mrs. Chandler, all of you here. Thank you for allowing us to practice ethically, even when it was impractical financially. As a resident of this community and an advocate for better health care, I stand ready to explore and evaluate possibilities with you as we determine the future of these funds and other efforts in this area. If I can help at all take even one more step in the right direction, it'd be my honor. Because after all, investment in addiction treatment isn't charity. It's strategy, it's prevention, it's economic stability, it's public safety. And it is the single most cost-effective way to build a healthier, more stable community in Warren County. We have proof 110 times over that the right care delivered at the right moment changes everything. Thank you so much for the opportunity and for your partnership.
Thank you, Amanda. That's great information. Any questions for Amanda on that? Yeah. We greatly appreciate the opportunity. Nothing like giving us 46 questions to ponder. Amanda, I appreciate that.
On brand, you know.
That's right. So,
That's all my notes.
you know, but what we'll look forward to is a follow-up report and some options. I know one thing about the members of this court, they understand the whole circle. We have our sheriffs with us today and our jailers with us today. And we would appreciate them doing things other than working with people that have substance abuse. What a world that would be. It would transform this community. And again, you talk about those, it's a great time for Thanksgiving to think about the families that are going to have a great Thanksgiving that probably months ago never thought that day would happen. So I appreciate the hard work you're doing. I am a little concerned about the fastest growing county in Kentucky. We have so many great things that are happening with growth, but we don't get to choose everything that happens. And of course, that we're going to have more of some of this that happens as well. I'm not sure about the Opioid Abatement Commission, why Warren County, Kentucky would only get $27,000. We should be getting our proportionate share of that, and so that makes a difference there too. But just thank you so much for the hard work. We knew that would be, we appreciate the update, and we knew that would be money well spent, so thank you, Amanda.
Thank you all so much. Appreciate it.
Great. All right, we'll go back to our agenda. Item 9, Approve purchase of property located at 145 Hearthstone Circle from Jerry and Shirley Wheat in the amount of $377,095.01, and authorize the judge executive to sign all related documents. This is the appraised value plus closing cost. As the court is aware, when we spoke, Nikki Kohler gave an update. This is the first steps of projects that we are undertaking over the next several years to look to do flood mitigation for the county. After the April floods, the issues we're having, these are two properties located in Stonecrest subdivision that have a significant issue themselves with them. This house particularly had 7 feet of water in it the last flood. I saw a video with someone literally going through the house in a canoe, if you can imagine that. But they've also been identified as houses that will be removed, and stormwater basin, et cetera, can be done with these properties. And so this is the first of 2 properties we spoke about last time up for your approval. The appraisal of that property is in your packet. All right, we have a motion by Squire Aldridge, second by Squire McWhirter. Any discussion or questions on that property?
The only question I would have, Judge, is, I know we have to, based on law and how we have to buy something, we have to buy it. So I understand the need for it, but I'm concerned with long-term implications of county buying properties in places that people knowingly have a flood problem. And then the mitigation part of theirs, do these people get insurance settlements that now they're getting paid twice? They're getting paid double what a normal real estate deal, which is what I do every day. Is that fair to the county? And I don't know, maybe it's a question for Amy to answer, if they receive insurance funds for their house, and then it's on top of this, get a full appraisal value too.
Right.
Is that fair to Warren County?
It's a great question to ask. They did get an insurance amount. The insurance amount is considerably less than this. It's in the, if I do the math, the 1/8 range. It was just replacing floors. This is a house these 2 houses have been flooded more than 5 times in the last 15 years. We are not going to be in the business. I have no problem saying my objective, and I think this court's objective, should not be in the business of purchasing properties that are flooded. Bad things happen to people, and houses get flooded for things like that. But again, with the historic flooding we had, these 2 houses have been identified, not really as much as about the house, but for the area of town that needs to be mitigated. And so they have an entire subdivision that continually gets flooded. The storm basin that is behind both of these homes is not handling what it needs to be from a water standpoint. And so I would hope that this court will proceed cautiously, and that there's no indication that we are in the business of buying anyone's home that floods. These 2 are strategically placed. There are some other subdivisions close to this that had flooding that are not on the radar at all for any of those homes to be purchased. And I think it's a great question, Squire Cummings, about not trying to set a precedent that we're going to look to anyone that has storm or water damage, that this county is going to assume that. Some others have done that. That would not be my intention, and would hope that would not be the intention of this court. I know that Nikki and Josh are working with a consultant now to look through things. There's another item on here in South Glen Gables. There's no home there, but we have to address an issue that we're having there as well to try to mitigate future flooding. Because again, what we can't, I don't think as stewards of tax money, we can sit back and not do anything about what has happened in the past year from a flooding standpoint. And might be 20-year flood, well, it just means 20 years from now we're going to have the same issue happen. So there's going to be other things that come before this court. Hopefully there won't be personal property issues, but it will be drainage, sinkhole remediation, other things like that when this gets done. And we're going to take our time and methodically go through how we're going to do that. But I think that's a great question. Yes, But again, these people's insurance have not covered what it is because of the history of these properties, and that's the other thing. One of these is somewhat almost uninsurable because of past claims, and so these were done at fair market value for that. Thank you for the question, too. Any other?
It's my understanding that the study continues to be ongoing about our karst topography, and we're looking for ways across the county to where this water's going and what we can do to prevent this in the future.
Correct, Squire Williams. That we are a long way away from having the definitive. You know, at the last flood, we should remember 6 and 7 and 8 days after the last rainfall, we had water coming up in the south part of the county, going things, and we have to try to address that as well. If you know, down in the Rich Pond, Ron, down in your area, and the Woodburn area, having fields flooded that had no damage or whatever during the rainstorm, and yet 5 and 6 days later that. So we're mapping the entire county to get a better idea of that. Since we're talking about, we might as well say it, one thing we've had a policy of doing, not just us, the city as well, for years and years and decades, is drilling dry wells to find that void where the water could go down to our karst system, and all we've done is made the expressway to the karst system. We've put 5,000 dry wells in the county, and we wonder why it feels that was at the time maybe the best thought process of how to mitigate flooding. Turns out we're going to have to continue to work on that, because that was not for the future growth that we have. But this study is also going to address future land growth, and we should all be prepared for that. There might be some areas that are not suitable for subdivisions, and that is something that has to be addressed. It's a tough thing to say, but we cannot continue to have the growth we're having without other issues. This right here, though, we're hoping this is a part of about 3 subdivisions worth of work that will be done with this investment right here. Any other questions?
I have one. Would it
Sure.
not be fair to offer these people the appraised value minus the insurance that they've already received?
I mean, we absolutely can do that if that's what the court, that was done back in April, and if it's if it pleases the court, I'm open to anything. I know it's a significant difference from this to what they receive from the insurance, but can. Yeah. So the max we can pay, thank you for that, the max we can pay is appraised value. We can approve that, talk to them, get with their insurance company, find that, and pay the reduction of that if that's suitable. So what we can't do is go and say, change this to minus that, but we sure can talk with the homeowner's insurance company to find out what that was. And that, now, keep in mind, some of that, and I'll just say this, these people have been out of their home since April. So some of their insurance has been to pay them to where they've had to move all the damage for their furniture, where they've done. So it wasn't just that, so I want to, happy to make that call and find out, but I want you to also indicate they've had extreme expenses since April just to live for this property, and this has been, we've been methodical. We've taken our time on that. So if there is a savings of that, we can do that.
You also have the ability to go in closed session to discuss.
Perfect. Okay. So why don't we do that? We can, would you want me to table these and go to closed session? You tell me. Yeah. Let's do that. We'll table 9 and 10, and then we will probably then go in a closed session at the end of this meeting.
You need a motion for that?
No, not right now, I don't. So, but I don't need a motion to table it. So we'll table 9 and 10. We'll move on. Then we'll go to closed session with Nikki and Josh back in my office, and then we'll come out after that.
And this money here, the appraisals only refer to the values of the real property.
Correct.
And not the belongings.
Correct. It's just the home itself. Correct. no other option on that, yes.
And the last question for public transparency, exactly where are these funds coming from? Our reserves?
These are coming from reserves, correct?
Because we don't have this in the budget anymore.
Absolutely, it's not
Just wanna make
budgeted,
sure.
yeah.
So I figured that's where it was coming from, but just want to make sure that was.
Perfect. All right, so we'll table 9 and 10 at the end. We will have a motion to go into closed session from that standpoint. All right, item 11, approve determination amount of $19,160 to Greenwood Refrigeration for a 10-ton package heat and air unit for the roof of the Kids Place at Sugar Maple Square Unit 3. 3 bids were received. This is the lowest and best. Motion by Squire Aldridge, second by Squire Cummings. Discussion or questions? Please call roll.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Item 12 is approve the treasurer's report for October 2025. Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Williams. Discussion or questions? Please call roll.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Item 13 is approve determination amount of $167,500 to HB Dirt Works for basin work at South Glen Gables subdivision. Nikki?
Water's getting too much attention today.
That's right.
So this was part of a, kind of address the flooding within that subdivision, South Glen Gables. There's a section still under construction and then some older phases that have been accepted by the county. And this one basin kind of served both. And as they were expanding it to create more volume, they sacrificed a lot. They expanded the basin in a partnership with us. And then in doing so, it was actually kind of cool. They've got it on video where a sinkhole karst opening opened. The water flooded, the water came up during the rain, and then it just collapsed. And once the water receded, you could see in and go into a cave conveyance system, which was actually pretty cool. But in doing so, we have to repair it, we have to secure it, we have to make it safe for the neighborhood. So this is our portion of that bill.
You were the only person involved with that thought that was cool.
That is not true. We all love the videos.
Yeah, the video was cool, yes, but to secure that out there so they can also take care of a flooding issue, but to ensure that we don't have further damage, et cetera there. Any questions for Nikki? All right, we have a motion for that. Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Aldridge. Further discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings. Esquire
Yes, ma'am.
Williams.
Yes.
Item 14 is approve the purchase of 5 2026 Dodge Durangos from Don Franklin, Inc. in the amount of $204,675 for Warren County Regional Jail. This request for bids was publicly advertised. It was the only bid received, and this is paid for by the Securus Capital Improvements Funds at no cost to Warren County. Motion by Squire Aldridge, second by Squire Cummings. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Item 15 is approve a 2-year contract with Leonard Cardwell effective 12/1/25 in the amount of $27.50 per hour for up to 20 hours per week for general maintenance of the 6th Street parking structure, as well as $100 per month for trash removal and sign upkeep at Sugar Maple Square. Motion by Squire Aldridge, second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion or questions? And Leonard's been doing this work for the last 2 years. His contract's up, so please call the roll.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Approve reimbursement to the county clerk in the amount of $8,604 for preparation of the 2025 real estate property tax bills. Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Williams. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Item 17 is approve the Kentucky Department of Correction inspection report and corrective action plan for the Warren County Regional Jail. Motion by Squire Aldridge, second by Squire McWhorter. Jailer Harmon?
Just want to offer a quick word about the staff and all the work they put into this. This is an unannounced visit. So the court may know, the Marshal Service comes twice a year, the Bureau of Prisons comes twice a year, and the Department of Corrections comes twice a year. and some of those are unannounced. And this one was, and you read corrective action plan, I want to tell you what's on that. They look in every single housing area, every restroom. They take a flashlight and look in every vent in every housing area where an inmate sleeps. They turn on every hot and cold water side of the sink, and they flush every toilet in the building. And they do all of that in the kitchen as well. They go through every corner of the kitchen and then all of the booking and housing areas. So the corrective action plan is 17 housing areas were overcrowded, which we can do not a whole lot about. And then there were 4 water fountains that didn't have the proper arch when they turned the water on to drink from the sink. So that's the corrective action plan. And those plumbing issues were corrected the same day. Obviously, overcrowding, you all will get to examine some opportunities for that in the future. So when you read corrective action plan, I want to be very clear about what the corrective action plan is. And all of these inspection reports, we're not required to bring to you to approve or make part of the record. We do that because we want to. And that makes it available for any media that want to get copies of those. So I'll be happy to take any questions, but just want to give a big shout out to the staff for all that we do each and every day, not just when we're preparing for an inspection.
Any questions for Jailer Harmon?
No questions, but a follow-up comment. Yes, thank you, Jailer. Thank you, if you'll thank the staff. It is pretty enlightening to have these reports and to be able to see the hard work and the dedication on a daily basis from those folks. So again, thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Great, thank you. All right, please call the roll.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Item 18 is approved determination amount of $5,050.45 to Wayne Jones Body Shop for repairs to Road Department Truck Number 44. 3 quotes were received. This was the lowest and best. Motion by Squire McWhorter, second by Squire Aldridge. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Item 19 is approved determination amount of $4,247 to EFI for guardrail repair on Matlock Road. This is a single source vendor. Motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire Aldridge. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Item 20 is approved determination amount of $7,445 to Scott and Murphy for repair of damaged steps and fencing at the old Alvaton Gym. It's a safety hazard. 3 quotes solicited, 2 were obtained. This is the lowest and best. Motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire Aldridge. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Item 21 is approve interfund transfers for Warren County. Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Williams. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Item 22 is approved resolution 2520, approving a community boundary sign honoring Miss Kentucky USA 2025, Maddie Barker. Motion by Squire McWhorter, second by Squire Cummings. Proud of Maddie Barker for winning that. Daughter of Andy and Ann Barker, so we're excited about that. Please call the roll.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Approve first reading of ordinance 2515, authorizing a lighting agreement between Warren Rural Electric Cooperative Corporation and South Haven Subdivision Phase 2. Motion by Squire Williams, second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
24 is approved determination amount of $14,950 to Meyer Trucking for a new dump truck bed for a Ford F-450 for the Parks Department. This is the contracted vendor. Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Cummings. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Item 25 is approve order 2533 relating to the name change of G.N. Glasscock Road to Glen Howard Road within Warren County, Kentucky, and all residents of this road gave agreement. Motion by Squire McWhorter, second by Squire Aldridge. Discussion or questions? Please call roll.
Esquire McWhorter?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams?
Yes.
Item 26, approve order 2534, appointing Jamie Johnson to the Bowling Green Area Convention and Visitors Bureau Board of Directors. Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Aldridge. Appreciate Jamie Johnson of the Historic Rail Park agreeing to do that. Please call the roll.
Esquire McWhorter?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams?
Bless you.
Item 27 is approved determination amount of $8,850 to Cellbrite, Inc. for renewal of the subscription for the Electronic Forensic Device for Drug Task Force. This will be paid for with forfeiture funds at no cost to Warren County, and that's the contracted vendor. Motion by Squire Aldridge, second by Squire McWhorter. Discussion or questions? Please call roll.
Esquire McWhorter?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams?
Item 28 is approved determination the amount of $5,675 to Scott Murphy and Daniel for installation of doors at the front desk of Ephraim White Park Gym and Buchanan Park Gym. 3 quotes were obtained. This was the lowest and best. Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Aldridge. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire McWhorter?
Yes.
Esquire Lawrence?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams?
Yes.
Item 29 is approve the 2026 fiscal court meeting schedule that was sent to everyone. Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Cummings. Any discussion on that? Not, please call the roll.
Esquire McWhorter?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams?
Yes.
Item 30 is approve order 2535 declaring surplus vehicle for the Warren County Sheriff's Office. Motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire McWhorter. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire McWhorter?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams?
Yes.
Item 31 is approve order 2526 declaring surplus property for the Sheriff's Office as found, recovered, and evidentiary property stored for over 90 days. Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Williams. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire McWhorter?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams?
Yes.
Item 32 is approved budget transfers for Warren County. Motion by Squire Aldridge, second by Squire Cummings. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire McWhorter?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams?
Yes.
Will the treasurer please report the claims?
General Fund, $1,942,682. Road Fund, $433,152. Jail Fund, $407,725. Stormwater Fund, $62,390. Grant Fund, $2,225. E911 Fund, $14,560. Federal Forfeiture Fund, $1,754. Prepared to answer any questions.
Motion that we pay our bills.
Motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire McWhorter. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire McWhorter?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams?
Yes.
Thank you, Stephen. We are going to have a motion shortly to go into closed session, but rather than keep everyone here, we'll go through a few things, and then we'll do that at the end of our meeting. So, Sheriff?
First, let me wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Hope everybody has a great rest of your week. Just want to give everybody an update. Right now, we're about 65% tax collection. So this is always a very busy month with the 2% discount. We will be open this Friday. So we've decided to go ahead and stay open this Friday just to give some folks another opportunity because the 30th will fall on the weekend And just so in-person collections will be done this Friday. You know, my staff was really happy about
Yeah,
this.
that was,
I mean, you know.
you gonna tell them right after this meeting?
They just found out. No, actually, they came to me,
I bet
and
they
for
did,
the
yeah.
community, they said it'd probably be a good idea. So
Doesn't surprise me.
we
That's
will
great.
be open until, 8 o'clock till 3 o'clock on Friday. So just if you want to get down and take care of that, be happy to do that. Also, in 15 minutes, we will go live on our new CAD system. So kind of fingers crossed on this, but the 10.8 system, we flip over to that new system, and this is going to have some great technology. We can share some calls with state police on the same system. WKU is getting ready to go to the same system. So if they get a pursuit and we get assigned to it, we'll be able to actually know and can track their locations, which has not been how we've done it historically. So a lot of safety features on this, so it's going to be really great. So looking forward to that. And just want to thank the deputy judge once again for all his hard work and help with Sugar Maple. I think we do a punch list walkthrough tomorrow afternoon. We're getting closer. So we don't have an exact date yet, but it's looking fantastic. If you haven't been down there to see it, it's just going to be really good. And so once again, I want to thank Amy and Dave Chandler for their generous donation yesterday at the new Warnell for the playground out there. I just want to get out there and climb on that stuff. It looked fantastic. So it was a great day yesterday for that and what it does for the community. So pending that, that's all I've got. Well, thank you all.
I had one question.
Thanks.
Just in case somebody stubs their toe and gets down here at 3:05 on Friday, can't get in, if they bring it Monday morning first thing, it's
can
still,
pay
the 2%'s gone.
Yeah, we've got the drop-off box up front, so they can put it in the drop-off box, or it's got to be postmarked, like I say, postmarked no later than the last day of this month.
So any citizens that's listening to this should know that they have till Friday or in a drop box.
Yeah.
By Monday morning,
Yeah.
the 2% time is gone.
We would just hope everybody gets it in.
And an additional reminder, they can still do it online.
Yeah, and they can do it online. We would prefer them do all of it online, but if they want to come down here, we can get it done, so.
Many opportunities.
Many opportunities.
Yep.
All right.
That's
Thank
great.
you.
Thank you, Sheriff. Hopefully that new CAD system will go smoother than Cavis. Hey, Lynette Yates is here today. Okay, we did that. Anything, Lynette? I'm playing.
Just like to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving, enjoy your families, and have a safe holiday.
Thank you. Jailer? Thank you. Chris? Happy Thanksgiving, buddy. Josh? All right. Nikki? Thank you. I see Heather is with us today. Holly's blowing off the meeting. That's okay.
Happy Thanksgiving, thank you, John.
Thank you so much, Heather. All right, Ronnie? Thank you. Tommy is out today. Oh, no, Tommy is, I thought you were leaving. Oh, never mind. I know why you're staying here. That's all good. Yep. Thank you. What was the total on our auction? Wow, $181,000. That's perfect. So that's great. 4.5 new cars. Okay. Well, let's hire some short people. Get that for that half a car, but that's good. But that's awesome. So thank you for doing that, Tommy. Ben, I don't know if he's back there. He's not. He's blowing us off. That's fine. All right, James, all good? Happy Thanksgiving. Bill? Thank you. All right, Squire McWhirter?
All good. Happy Thanksgiving. I'd like to say blessings to Scott, the loss of his brothers. He was only 54 years old.
Yeah.
So it's way too young. But I think his service is today, maybe.
Yep.
So prayers for him.
Thank you for that. Squire Aldridge?
Thank you, Judge. I just want to, again, thank our men and women of our volunteer fire departments, also other first responders, police and fire. As many of us will be celebrating Thanksgiving with our families, they're still serving the community in time of need, and I want to thank those folks for that. Few parades coming up to mark your calendars. The Bowling Green JC's Christmas Parade is Saturday, December the 6th at 9:30. Also, the Richardsville Christmas Parade will be Sunday, December the 7th at 2 p.m. And then the Hadley Christmas Parade is the following Sunday, December the 14th at 2 p.m. So encourage all those folks to come out and enjoy the wonderful parades and opportunities to celebrate with the community.
Awesome. Thank you. Squire Cummings?
Yeah, well, obviously, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Be safe and enjoy your families. Those who cannot be with your families, extra prayers for you all. I want to remind court people, next Monday, December the 1st, is our legislative breakfast out at the Realtor's office. And hope all you all will come. It's at 8 o'clock in the morning. There will be breakfast served, so it's a good reason to come. But hopefully all of us can make it out there to that event. Also on the theme of Christmas parades, Woodburn Christmas Parade is December the 13th at noon down at the city of Woodburn. And then on December the 7th, which is this coming Sunday, not this Sunday, but a week from Sunday, December 7th is the Boyce Community Christmas Parade. And it's at 1:30, probably coming through around 2. If you've never been out to Boyce Christmas Parade, it is different than most any Christmas parade you'll ever go to. Bring a big bucket because there's lots of candy that's thrown out and shared. Obviously, we want to remember Scott and his family with what they're dealing with now, and his continued prayers for them as they recover. And on a nice note, and he's going to be mad at me for saying this, but James Markram's birthday is tomorrow. I'm not saying how old he's, I can't share how old he is, but happy birthday, James. Hope you have a great day tomorrow.
We're thankful for James. Mostly. No, I'm kidding. Happy birthday, James. Squire Williams?
Thank you, Judge. Just like everybody else, I want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. Our best to Scott Lasley and his family. Remind everybody that the Sophie Ice Rink is now open. That's a good place to go and take your family to, and a nice outdoor event. And this is hard coming out of my mouth from a Purple fan, but I want to wish the best to South Warren as they continue their quest for a state title. You know, they're doing very well, and I think there's a good chance that they may make that title game. So.
And as an official announcement, it is Friday night at 7 o'clock at South Warren against Ryle High School.
Yeah.
We're down to the Final Four.
This is really hard to go, Spartans.
The other side of the bracket has Trinity and St. X. So
Yeah, we wish the Spartans well, and we wish them better luck than.
I like those titles coming back to Warren.
That's right.
That's a
That's
good
right.
thing. That's a
We'd
good
love
thing.
to celebrate them. So hopefully
And
those
both
young
are going to be back next year.
hopefully those young men can pull it off. Squire Lawrence.
Yeah, Judge, my thoughts go out to my friend Scott Lasley. He's made a real long, hard trip this week, and I'll tell you, it's hard on him. And I also just want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. I mean, it's a time to spend with your family and your friends. And just, be thankful for what you really do have.
Yeah, absolutely. Stephen?
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Ms. Chandler?
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you. Ms. Cummings?
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Mr. Downing?
I'll say happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Hope everyone has a great time with their family and the people they love. Safe holiday. The Early Learning Academy yesterday, that ribbon cutting was amazing. I told my wife last night, I have 3 girls at home. I would have taken a 4th one yesterday. The young lady that greeted me at the door, 4 years old, it was absolutely amazing to see what they're doing out there. So thank you all for your contribution, Amy. And then Sugar Maple, I think those folks will be in by the end of the year, I would say. So fingers crossed, we'll see what we find tomorrow, but I think everything's in good shape.
It's looking great. It's looking great out there. We got Chief Justice, Chief Duckett. Thank you for coming today. Did you turn the power off last night, Chief Duckett? Seriously, all my clocks were working fine. Yeah. If before we have this motion to go into closed session, if you would indulge me for a second, I want to read this just so that I think many times in life you don't get to where you are without understanding where you've come from. And I think at a time of Thanksgiving, we should remember really what actually happened. So I wanted to read something to you that I read earlier in the week that meant a little something to me. And it means a little something to me for our Warren County, our people that we work with here. So the first Thanksgiving, of course, happened the year was 1621. Less than a year earlier, a small ship named the Mayflower obviously had deposited a group of pilgrims. If you can imagine the harsh, icy shores of what would become Plymouth, Massachusetts, if you've ever been there, it is a tough environment. Their first winter was a trial of unimaginable suffering. Sickness and starvation swept through their ranks, and claiming nearly half of the 102 people that got off of that boat So the Pilgrims were struggling to learn how to cultivate the unfamiliar rocky land. It is a harsh, harsh environment. It was then that two extraordinary individuals appeared, seemingly sent by Providence. Samswit and, soon after, Squanto, a member of the Patuxet tribe who spoke English. Squanto, wonder why he spoke English. He was actually kidnapped, many didn't know this, taken to Europe, learned English, and then he found his way back to America. But he chose to share his wisdom rather than harbor resentment. He became their indispensable teacher. He taught them the vital skills for survival in this new land, how to plant native corn using fish as fertilizer. He showed them where to hunt, fish, and gather edible wild plants. He acted as a crucial interpreter and diplomat between the Pilgrims and the great Wampanoag, Sachem, and Massasoit tribes. This act of profound goodwill and cooperation, bridging two vastly different cultures, saved this fledgling colony of 67 people. By the autumn of 1621, thanks to Squanto's guidance and the Pilgrims' backbreaking work, their fields yielded a bountiful harvest. They had grown enough corn, barley, and beans to sustain themselves through the coming winter. Governor William Bradford declared a 3-day feast to give thanks to God for their survival and their success. They were celebrating not just food, but the miracle of persistence. The celebration was suddenly and dramatically expanded when Chief Massasoit and 90 Wampanoag men, hearing the celebratory gunfire, which they initially mistook for a sign of trouble, arrived to join them. For 3 glorious days, the two peoples shared a feast of friendship. The Pilgrims provided wild fowl, and the Wampanoag contributed 5 deer they had hunted for the occasion. They ate together, played games, and spoke peaceably, an act of shared humanity that transcended language and history. The first Thanksgiving was not just a meal, it was a testament to the fact that cooperation can triumph over conflict, and even after enduring the deepest suffering, a new season of hope and gratitude can always follow. So on this Thanksgiving, I'm profoundly grateful to work with each and every one of you and all of our team Warren County, such great, great people. And I pray that each of you has the best memories with your family and your loved ones this week. Please do not miss the opportunity to thank people around you for what they mean to you. And with that, I appreciate your patience and indulgence, but I do need now a motion to go into closed session pursuant to KRS 61-810-1B for deliberations on the future acquisition or sale of real property by Warren County. No action will be taken during closed session, and no other discussion will be held. Motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire McWhirter. With that, we are in closed session. Thank you all. Happy Thanksgiving. Come back into open session. No action will be taken on those 2 items that were tabled. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion by Squire Lawrence to adjourn. We are adjourned.